Welcome to Back at It Bosses. Back at It Bosses is about finding your way home through self-value, through is what is important to your life, through what is meaningful to your life, what gives your life meaning, and not only meaning, this meaning gives your life a return back. It returns a gift back to you. It returns pleasure back to you. It returns a mercy and a healing back to you, right? So we find our way home through self-value. Yes. It's Saturday night. I'm at home, finding pleasure, taking the pleasure out of my life by spending it with you, by talking to you. Actually, what I want to talk about is happiness. So often people think that they're not happy. Too often we don't know what happiness means. Happiness is enjoying the joy of living. In a simple way to put it, it's taking the joy from your life, taking the pleasure from your life. It's taking pleasure from your life. And not just taking it, but just looking at it. Just stepping around it and admiring it. For an example, one of the things that brings me pleasure is taking a hold of my mind, using my mind's power, and directing my life, helping myself through struggling situations, uncovering things about myself. I find pleasure when I find out more about who I am. I find pleasure in taking on new tasks and seeing I can do that too. I find pleasure, like I take pleasure from my life by knowing that I can do better. I take pleasure from my life knowing that I can say a word to you that it might encourage you to look at yourself in another way. I find pleasure in studying, observing things closely, and finding out something new. I find pleasure in processing information, finding out how I can use this information. I find pleasure in getting up and pushing myself to move forward. So often we say we're not happy, but happiness is just finding the pleasure, taking pleasure from the life, from living. Too often we are overlooking the pleasures that stand right before us. Happiness is at your footstep. It's in your eyesight, but you don't see it. So I encourage one to become more aware of happiness. And then they'll find happiness where they can extract and take happiness from their life, take joy from their life. I leave you as I came, peace that feel good feeling without a stain on it. I love you people. I'm richer today than I was yesterday. Peace.